The movie commences with one of the twins placing an order for a large quantity of food, leaving the waitress astonished. The waitress informs her that she will be fined if she fails to finish the food. Once the order arrives, she begins eating. After a brief period, she seeks permission from the waitress to visit the restroom, assuring her return to finish the food. The waitress gazes at her momentarily, to which the twin offers to leave her bag as collateral. She enters the restroom, knocks at the next door for her twin to emerge, and then enters the other toilet. Her twin emerges, dressed identically with her twin sister. She replaces her sister and finishes up the remaining food. The waitress wonders how one person could consume such a large quantity of food, speculating to her colleague that maybe she threw up to be able to finish up the food. Subsequently, one of the twins does a voiceover explaining the benefits of them being twins, after which then they meet up at the cinema. One sibling purchases tickets for the movie. As the attendant in charge of distributing the tickets shuts the cinema door, the other twin then approaches the attendant, claiming to be her sister, and explaining that she just visited the restroom and misplaced her ticket. The attendant eventually grants her entry. She meets up with her sister, and they watch the horror movie playing on the screen. One of the twins recounts how they share things with each other, emphasizing their striking resemblance, and the only difference is that one of them has a mole on the cheek. They are portrayed singing a birthday song to themselves, with cake displayed before them, before engaging in playful activities together. Upon returning home, they overhear their parents arguing as usual. Then they decide to go to their favorite place. One asks the other when their parents will stop arguing with each other, to which the other responds with uncertainty. One twin confesses to harboring fears regarding the circulating rumors that the world will come to an end once they enter the year 2000. At school, they exchange shirts and accessories with each other. Then the one named You uses makeup to conceal the mole of the one named Me. Meanwhile, Me draws a fake mole on Yu's cheek. They do this so that Me can help You retake her math test. Me arrives at the venue for the test and overhears Farang, one of the students playing the Finn. Other students start arguing whether she is Me or You. The teacher announces the commencement of the test. Me realizes that she forgot her pencil and starts panicking. As the other students enter to retake the test, Farang notices Me's distress and inquires if she forgot her pencil. She admits to it. Farang asks her if she is You, and she also admits to it. Farang proceeds to break his pencil in half, offering her the sharpened portion. Me questions him about his own pencil, but the teacher calls them in for the test before he can respond. Farang seizes the opportunity to request a cutter from the teacher, Miss Wayan. Miss Wayan reprimands him for being unprepared, and warns him that if it happens again, it will result in point deductions, but she still lends him the cutter. At the school basketball court, one of the students who has a crush on Me sees You thinking it's Me and presents her with a can of lollipops. You offer to share some with him. To suggests to always smile sweetly whenever she eats the lollipop and to think of him. Meanwhile, during the test, Me notices Farang not writing and discreetly angles her book for him to copy her answers. When the test concludes, Me submits her book and exits the classroom. Farang follows suit but is called back by Miss Wayan for failing to write his name on his book. After leaving the class, Me encounters You, and You questions why she took so long and whether she was caught. Me explains that she lingered to feign ignorance of mathematics, like You, to avoid suspicion. Narrating what happened during the test, Me notices the can of lollipops and mentions that You has once again been mistaken for her. You remarks on To's confusion about them, and she doesn't have the energy to clarify the situation. Me suggests it's preferable this way, as she's tired of laughing at his jokes. You question why others are drawn to Me while ignoring her. A debate ensues about their beauty and skin clarity, leading to a playful chase between the two. In their residence, the mother requests that You deliver a meal to their father, as it appears to be her turn to do so. Me quietly reminds You to remember to inquire with their father. She refrains from specifying the nature of the request, as they prefer their mother not being aware of it. A news reporter on the television is heard reporting on Thai life insurance, followed by a warning about the potential global disasters of the Y2K phenomenon, such as system failures, nuclear launches, and plane crashes. Their mother dismisses the claims as nonsense. Inquiring about the conversation with their father, the mother is informed that they requested permission to attend an English camp, which was granted by their father. The mother expresses concern over the high costs and doubts that their father will contribute financially. She informs them that they are going to visit their granny with her. At school, Me attempts to return Farang's pencil, only to be informed by a classmate that Farang has relocated to his hometown. At home, the twins engage in games with their father. Upon hearing the doorbell, their father instructs them to turn off all lights and draw the curtains, being aware of the people at the door. The twins answer the door and inform the men that their father is not present. Despite this, the men persist in ringing the doorbell and shouting that they are aware of their father's presence and demand he settle his debts. Hearing this, the mother angrily exits the room and slams the door shut. Later that night, the twins overhear their parents arguing about their father giving money to another woman, causing them distress as they try to sleep. The following day, they visit their grandmother, who warmly welcomes them and prepares a meal for them. The twins ask their grandmother if she can differentiate them by looking at old photographs, to which she replies that she cannot due to her old age. The twins then search the storage room for the fin they saw in the pictures. One twin questions the possibility of their parents breaking up, as their mother appears to have packed plenty of belongings, which looks suspicious. The other twin dismisses the idea, leading to a playful chase. They eventually find the fin. Yu suggests that they take the fin lesson together, which Mi declines. Despite their mother's discouragement, their grandmother offers to pay for fin lessons for Yu and suggests she will hire me to help out in her shop. Later that night, they playfully race to bed, with Yu ending up turning off the light last. As they lay down, Mi suggests that Yu learn how to play Bojoyce's song, as it was her favorite. Yu responds that she will learn the simple ones first. When asked why she chose to learn the fin, Yu responds that it's more cooler than playing pop guitar. At the fin lesson, the kids gossip about Yu being from Bangkok and her skin being so fair. Mark arrives. He greets Yu, but she waves at him, unsure if they've met. Mark gives the teacher the banana his mom asked him to give him. The teacher informs Mark that Yu is a new student, and she is not good at playing yet, so he should take her under his wings. The kids ask Yu to play, and they make fun of her. Mark scolds them, and he introduces himself as the teacher's assistant, offering her a private lesson outside. Sitting outside, Mark reveals that he doesn't think he will see her again. Yu can't remember him, because Mark met her sister, not her. Mark reminds her of the retest day, then Yu remembers her sister mentioning him. Mark chuckles and explains that Farang is a name his friends tease him with, and that his actual name is Mark. Yu teases him with his name, and they laugh about it. She expresses relief in meeting him, because she never thought she'd meet her schoolmate here. Mark informs her that he quit school because his parents broke up, and he now has to live with his mom, and have to focus on earning money through fin lessons. Mark promises to teach Yu how to play fin, as she started when she was little, but can't remember how to play anymore since it's been a long time. Mark starts playing the fin, instructing her on how to play it, impressing Yu. After the fin lesson, Yu and Mi head home. Noticing Yu's cheerful mood and Mi asking if the fin lesson was fun, Yu narrates how he met Mark at the fin lesson, and he shared his sausage with her, and asked her if she has a boyfriend. Mi asks Yu if she likes Mark, and Yu confirms her interest. Then Mi assures her that if Mark truly likes her, then she will surely win him over. At home, they dance and brainstorm ways to get Mark's attention and fall for her. As the twins spread the clothes they washed, Yu described Mark's incredible features to me and how she has fallen for him. As they take their bath, Yu asks me if she has ever kissed, and how it feels like, and Mi playfully demonstrates with a sisterly kiss. In the next scene, during the fin lesson, Yu becomes distracted thinking about Mark. Mark interrupts her thoughts and kindly offers to give her a ride home after the lesson. One of the children skillfully plays the fin, singing to Yu. He playfully flirts with Yu, referring to her as his girl. In appreciation of his performance, Yu offers him a lollipop. Another child requests a lollipop as well, but Yu explains she only has one and promised to share another time. Mark instructs the children to head home as the lesson concludes. Just as Mark and Yu are about to depart, they overhear the children quarreling over the lollipop and quickly intervene to resolve the conflict. The children inquire about Yu's affections towards them, to which she states she holds no romantic feelings for any of them. When asked if she is involved with someone else, Yu remains silent and instead take the lollipop from the child, break it into equal parts, and share it among them. At their grandmother's shop, she asks me if she's going to pick up Yu, but Mi replies, saying that Yu will be returning on her own. Her grandmother asks about her bow and when she will be done with it. Mi replies that she will be done very soon. Meanwhile, Yu and Mark ride home on Mark's motorcycle. Pausing at a red light, Mark steals glances at Yu through his side mirror. Upon meeting Yu's gaze, Mark quickly averts his eyes. He questions Yu about who she likes, noting her lack of response to the other children's inquiries. Yu inquires about his curiosity, to which Mark simply expresses his desire for knowledge. Engrossed in their silent exchange through the mirror, they momentarily forget about the traffic light. It isn't until the car behind them honks its horn that they snap back to reality. Yu arrives at his grandmother's store and informs me that Mark clearly likes her. Mi urges her to spill the beans, but Yu excuses herself to use the restroom due to a stomachache, assuring that she will disclose everything when she returns. While walking away, Mi notices a bloodstain on the back of her trousers. Their mother aids Yu with a hot water bag, expressing relief that Yu have finally started menstruating. After she leaves, Mi confides in Yu that she senses their parents have already separated, to which Yu agree, noting that it feels as if their dad has disappeared from their lives. They contact their father to inquire about his well-being. He informs them that he has delved into the business of selling Y2K cards, which are inserted into computers to enable their use in the year 2000. They are impressed by his entrepreneurial idea. By the river, they come across a passage in a book stating that the Nostradamus prophecy predicts disasters occurring in the year 2000. Alarmed, they rush to a store to gather supplies. The shop owner questions if they are attempting to rob her due to the large quantity of items they have selected. They explain that the items should be charged to their grandmother's account. Upon returning to their grandmother's store, she contacts the shop owner and apologizes for her grandchildren's behavior, attributing it to their belief that the end of the world is near. She promises to return all the items. Their mother scolds them for their actions, prompting them to question what would happen if the world did come to an end. Their mother reminds them that there is nothing they can do, even if the world comes to an end. During the evening, as Yu converses with Mark over the phone, he inquires about her plans if the world comes to an end. She expresses her desire for their family to remain united. Mark suggests they make a wish for the world not to end during the meteor shower. The twins both react positively simultaneously, while Mi eavesdrops on their conversation. Mark asks Yu if the phone is on speaker during their calls due to the echoing sound. Yu explains that she uses it to be more comfortable while speaking on the phone. Mark requests that she disable the speaker to prevent Mi from overhearing, in case he drops a lame joke. As the twins settle into bed, Mi wonders if Mark can distinguish between them. Yu assures her that Mark can differentiate between them as they have grown close. At the river, Mark encounters Mi, mistaking her for Yu, and they embark on a canoe ride together. Mi questions Mark about his intense gaze, to which Mark responds by noting that she seems different. She then asks Mark about the incident involving the broken pencil during the retest, prompting Mark to admit that he acted impulsively without much thought. Mark confesses his fears of not seeing her again after leaving school, but fortunately, they have crossed paths again, bringing him joy. Holding her hand and studying her face, Mark realizes that she is not Yu due to her mole. Startled, Mi stands up suddenly and tumbles into the river by accident. Yu, awakened by a sense of distress regarding her sister, rushes to the scene. Upon arrival, Yu inquires about her sister's whereabouts from Mark, who then comprehends he had been with Mi and not Yu. Mi swims to safety, and they all emerge from the river. Mi tries to persuade his sister that she is okay because Yu has been crying. They apologize to Mark for pranking him. Mark asks them who is the oldest amongst them. Yu replies that she is the oldest according to tradition, while Mi argues that she is the oldest. Mark also inquires if they do have some telepathic sense between them. They reply that they talk at the same time sometimes, and Yu says that she'd get frightened that something bad is about to happen, like the river incident. At night, Mi meets Yu upstairs, staring at the sky. Yu asks me, what if someone was to perish first between them? What were they going to do? It isn't fair that they were born together, but they were going to perish alone. Mi replies that she doesn't want to think about it. They both share their anxiety about living without each other and facing life's challenges alone, leading to an emotional embrace. Later at their grandmother's store, Mi delivers a message from Granny Sroy to their grandmother and shares some candy with Yu. Mi suggests visiting the temple fair to watch the Kresu show after hearing an announcement on her way back. Yu declines, revealing plans for a date with Mark. Mi proposes following them, but Yu dismisses the idea. As Mark and Yu head out for their date, Mi remains home alone. She dials To's number but hangs up upon hearing his voice. At their grandmother's shop, Yu attempts to engage Mi in conversation, but she responds coldly. Yu then take her to the temple fair, only to find out from a woman that the fair ended the day before. Mi suggests they visit the location of the Kresu show to reconcile. Upon entering the venue, they have an enjoyable time. Yu shares with Mi that Mark asked her out during their date. Seeking Mi's approval to date Mark, Yu acknowledges Mi's disappointment in being excluded previously. Yu assures me that they will include her in their future plans with Mark. Keeping her word, Yu ensures they all spend time together. During one outing, Mark teaches them how to ride his motorcycle. Mi accidentally falls off the bike, but Mark assists her. They pick fruits and then sit down to discuss what sets them apart as twins. Mark reveals that he thinks they aren't the same because Mi is more stubborn than Yu, indicating their differences. Mark tells her that he feels like he has known her for a long time, despite meeting her recently. As Mark and Yu sit hand in hand, Mi volunteers to drive them home. While driving, Mi catches Mark's gaze in the side mirror, momentarily distracting her and nearly causing an accident. Upon arriving home, Yu motions for Mi to go in first, so she can have some time with Mark. While they are alone, Yu suggests they try kissing. Mark feels reluctant at first, but later gives in. While they kiss each other, Mi observes them through the window. Yu asks Mark why he likes her. Mark replies that it's because she was kind to him on the test day by allowing him to copy from her work. Yu's mood changes because she is aware that she's not the one Mark is referring to. She reaches her bedroom, and Mi inquires about what she discussed with Mark. Yu offers no explanation and excuses herself to go and wash up. The next morning, Mi requests Yu's assistance in trimming her bangs. Yu expresses her surprise that Mi didn't inform her that she wants to change her hairstyle. She also asks her why she stopped confiding in her. Mi replies that it's her business, and she doesn't need to tell her everything, since they are now withholding information from each other. During Yu's Fin lesson, Mi accompanies her, leading to the kids inquiring about their twinship and engaging in a debate over who may win Mi's affection. Mi tells them that she has a boyfriend named To, who sent her a letter and his picture. Meanwhile, Mark listens to their conversation while doing some woodwork. He leaves when he overhears Mi telling the kids that To is her boyfriend. The kids sing for Mi, professing their love. During the evening, while Yu is asleep, and as they await the meteor shower, Mark confides in Mi that he recently discovered she is dating To. Mi clarifies that she was only joking with the children and is merely seeing To casually. Mark admits his dislike for To because he is conceited. Playfully, Mi thinks that Mark's dislike for To is because that person is cooler than him. Later, Yu wakes up and summons Mi to escort her to pee. She requests that Mi refrain from joining them on outings, as their grandmother has expressed concern about her lack of assistance at the shop. Mi urges Yu to be honest about her true motive for excluding her from their outings. Yu confesses that she desires some alone time with Mark. An argument ensues between Yu and Mi due to one of them feeling abandoned. Amidst their dispute, Mark interrupts, urging them to make a wish, since the meteor shower is about to begin. While observing the meteor shower, Yu mentions to Mark that it has been 2 months since they first met during her Fin lesson. Mark inquires about the retest date, prompting Mi to reveal that she was the person he met that day, and he might actually like her, not her twin. Tensions rise between the twins as Mi's revelation leads to an argument between them, leading Mark to storm off and ride away in frustration. The journey home is marked by an uncomfortable silence. Upon dropping off Yu, she pleads with Mark to stay a little longer. She attempts to kiss him, but he does not reciprocate and eventually heads home. As they lie in bed, the twins engage in a heated argument, fighting and cursing each other and expressing their regret for being born together. The following day, as Yu attempts to contact Mark, she unintentionally overhears her parents discussing separation. Her mother mentioned that she would be living with Mi, while Yu would stay with her father. Overwhelmed with emotion, Yu bursts into tears. Unaware of the situation, her mother informs her that she will be traveling to Bangkok the next day, mistaking her for Mi. In frustration, Yu corrects her mistake and walk away. During the following day's Fin lesson, the children suggest that Yu visit Mark, who is absent from the lesson and might be ill with a high fever. Angrily, Yu scolds them, asking them to refrain from mentioning him. Surprised at her unusual behavior, the children wonder why she is acting weird. The teacher calls on Yu to play the Fin. Yu tearfully plays the instrument alone. Subsequently, after the lesson, she chooses to walk home instead of taking the bus. Approaching her grandmother's shop and attempting to make a purchase at a neighboring store, Yu overhears a conversation between Mi and Mark. Mi pleads with Mark not to end things with Yu, but Mark expresses his confusion regarding his true feelings. Mark asks Mi if she has feelings for him, to which she confesses uncertainty. Mark suggests they go on a date to determine if they have feelings for each other. Feeling upset, Yu walks away. At night, Yu tells me that she overheard their parents' conversation and their mom's choice about who she is going to live with. Mi expresses her discontent, arguing that it's unfair and she won't accept it. Yu discloses that she is aware that Mark liked me first, and everyone seems to like her. Yu warns me to steer clear of Mark, but Mi retorts back that it seems like Mark is more important to her than their sisterhood, and leaves angrily. In the next scene, Yu meets Mark at the cinema for the proposed date instead of Mi. As they watch the movie, Yu suggests that they try kissing to know if they really have feelings for each other. As they try to kiss, Mark discerns that it is Yu, not Mi. He questions her motive for deceiving him so that he can actually tell them apart. Yu clarifies that she wants to know if he actually has feelings for me, and she also says that he is an asshole for asking me on a date. Before exiting the cinema, Mark demands that she and her twin should stop toying with him. In the next scene, Mi discovers a note left by Yu, stating that she can't stay anymore, and she's going to live with their father in Bangkok. At the bus station, as Yu awaits her departure, she breaks the egg she had purchased, triggering memories of her sister. Overwhelmed by emotions, she sheds tears while consuming the egg, leading to some choking. A woman sitting next to her offers her water. Later, Mi takes a bath and retires for the night. She wakes up in the middle of the night and drinks water while tuning into the news. Upon noticing bloodstains on her shorts, she hears a news report about a tragic bus accident en route to Bangkok, where there were no survivors. As the reporter lists the names of the deceased, she attempts to contact her parents. Mark calls her to inquire if she has heard the news. Urging her grandmother to reach out to her parents, she rushes to the bus station to purchase a ticket, only to find no staff available. Frantically searching around, she stumbles and falls. Seating herself on a chair, she grieves over the events, blaming herself and expressing remorse while calling out her sister's name. Yu arises from the adjacent seat and asks her what happened. Mi is excited and embraces her, apologizing and offering her the choice to live with either parent. Mark joins them and releases a sigh of relief. Later, an officer shows them CCTV footage of Yu being sedated by the woman who offered her water and subsequently robbed of her belongings. However, the officer reveals that the woman was unfortunately one of the accident victims. Mark bids farewell to the twins at the bus station as they depart for Bangkok. He proceeds to recite the letter he had handed to them, apologizing for being the reason they fought and acknowledging his own confusion. He further conveys that following the recent event that happened, he has decided to step back because their twinship is extraordinarily special and won't want to disrupt it. Mark encourages them to maintain communication with him going forward. Upon reaching Korat, the twins promptly inform their mother of their safe arrival and their knowledge of their separation. They request to be allowed to make the decision regarding which parent they will live with. Yu asks me how their lives would be if they lived separately with their parents. Their parents welcome them when they arrive at the park. In their home, the news reporter can be heard delivering updates regarding Y2K preparations and the impending disaster. Their mother beckons one of them to fetch the tape for her, and Yu volunteers to do so. As their mother seals her box with the tape, Yu inquires why she chose to live with me. Their mother apologizes and explains that she made this decision because she believes Yu is more mature and capable of looking after herself and her father, not because she loves her any less. They embrace each other warmly. Following a family dinner, they celebrate the new year together. Their father presents them with a phone as a gift to always stay in touch with him when they are with their mother. He expresses regret for not being able to keep the family together and assures them he will visit. The twins rise from their seats and inform their parents of their decision. Mi will reside with their mother, while Yu will stay with their father. Their mother questions their choice, and Yu responds that she desires to take the Bangkok Sky Train to school, while Mi wishes to continue working at her grandmother's shop due to her exceptional gift wrapping skills. Their parents inquire if they are certain about their decision, and they affirm, embracing once more. The twins ponder whether they made the right choice, and if they possess the special twin power. They promise to keep each other informed about their parents' well-being. They overhear the news reporter announcing the arrival of the year 2000. Wondering if the world will come to an end, they exchange uncertain glances. As they count down to the new year, they share a heartfelt hug.